So the session today is from silos to synergy, and I promise you, today is not going to be as complicated as it looks like. But actually, I don't come actually from hospitality. I come from travel industry, which we really care for and experience. We care very much about guest experience, guest comment, if he's happy. So the places we go, like the legendary Cayo Merit, and thank you for the improvement you've done. And all the people of the residents of Zamalek felt a big change positively. So definitely our guest, we will do the rounds, start with Mr. Tariq and then Mr. Wael and then Mr. Mu'taz. And it's going to be 4 rounds. So starting with Mr. Tariq, I would like to start the first question. From your point of view, how strategy becomes execution across sales, marketing, revenue, and operations?
It's a beautiful question indeed. First of all, thank you so much, Mr. Adel, for the kind invitation. And I was very much excited to get the invitation, and I didn't know at the beginning that I will be one of the panelists for the day, because
The most important.
really from the previous conference we had, I got to learn a lot and gain a lot. So I was so excited, and it became a bit more challenging because I'm one of the great panelists that we are here today. I got the questions, but I kind of never reflected on it because I like to be more spontaneous.
Absolutely, this is what we want.
Yeah. So what was the question? Excuse my silly sense of humor.
We're going to have fun today.
No, for sure. Anyhow, I have 3 minutes. So, so quickly, I always see it this way. We are on a big ship, and in our case, Cairo Marriott, it's not a big ship. It's a huge, continent in the sea, and as a captain of the ship, you have a beautiful team surrounding you that together you cruise to where you want to go. So first of all, you need to identify where you want to go, right? So if I want to go to the Caribbean from Egypt, probably I will cruise to the west. So I need to know first the destination. And I need to know why I want to go there. And then, together with the team, the leaders, we identify the best route and the most efficient way to reach there. So, in a nutshell, it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork that first they need to be very clear where they are going and how they will reach there.
Yes.
And be ready for all the challenges. At the end of the day, it's like a football team. The coach dreams are very challenging because he dream one day how he will get a goal in his net the first 10 minutes, how he will react, who will be there to recover, and or vice versa. He scores a goal at the beginning. So it's all about how you are very well prepared. And how you are very well prepared, it all depends on the captain and his vision, and equally, if not more important, the team around him, how they are prepared and how they are ready to deal with all challenges
Absolutely.
you're going through and enjoy the trip.
It's absolutely, this is the role model that everybody is looking at, and he's the captain of the ship, as you said. And it's very important that we have a role model inside a resort, inside the city hotel, and it's rare to find people like you. Honestly, I'm not trying to because you're next to me, but it's honestly, and everybody is having a great respect to your career, and we wish you continuing giving and giving for the industry. Going back to
I think it's the age.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. I didn't want to touch this area, but could be accumulation of living for so long and experiences. Yes. Going back to Wael, our colleague, the star of the Trafpo group and the Steigenberger, long time, and again happy to see you. Now I talk about your core revenues and performance. So the question is not yet how you see demand have changed the way hotels should forecast the price and to manage the channels of profits.
Well, thank you very much, Mu'taz, and it's such a great pleasure to be among such distinguished panelists. It's a great pleasure to be with you, Tori, Mu'taz, and definitely you, Mu'taz. And I want to extend my appreciation to Dr. Atid, Sita Egypt, and great team for such great gathering. This is actually part of the improvement process that we have to align towards a unified commercial plan, let's say. Well, I will try to make it short as you advised because, and I want to indicate that I am not that revenue guru because I
I'm so excited to have questions for all of you, so it's like
Sure. I will gonna make it short, but a small corrections because I see lots of revenue boards here, not just sending. Yes, I'm a big fan.
no the one who wrote the questions.
I know. I'm a big fan of revenue.
Yes.
I love figures, but your question is actually linking to the previous presentation that had been explained by Ray. If we are talking about more than 70% are getting access to the AI to take a decision, then there is a game changing here. There is something called AI, there is something called technology that is changing the game. Previously, we used to have the historical data as the base to focus. Now, it's just the beginning. Because now, if you are adapted with the market trends, the traveler behavior you just indicated, they are much faster. They're much exposed to much more options than before. They're also even exposed to the price change immediately. So they're also aware up to the limit that if they have booked a hotel and the demand dropped in such destinations, they got notified by AI or by whatever tools they are using. So accordingly, the hoteliers and the revenue directors, and I would say the commercial leaders as well, should react accordingly by using historical data, using the base report on weekly basis. It can be on daily basis in some occasions and stages and high demand period. Also endorse the market trends, also indicates the future seasonality calendar. And I want to give you a clear example here. We all know that August 2027, we are having something really important in Egypt. You know for sure, huh? What's happening in August? Eclipse. Luxor hotels, Cairo hotels were awake enough, and as well as one were awake enough to plan ahead the pricing strategy according to the expected demand to that peg, according to the clientele category that is targeting such event. So it reached to a stage exceeding 1,500 US dollar bid only plus.
I think you sold all the inventory on August, I guess.
Well, for those who are awake or who were, and some of them, the Upper Egypt, mostly done.
Yeah, man. So
The Thai process
from last year,
the Habayas from last year. You know what happened? Many hotels in a destination like Marsa Alam were not aware of such event.
wow.
And for you to know, the eclipse is also happening in Marsa Alam, but with a little bit limited time.
It was all over the media. I mean, it was very obvious.
The people were not that. What happened? They have sold the room with their normal published rates, while they could have sold it out 10 times the way they have sold it.
Too late now.
So this was a missing opportunity. So you have to be aware, you have to be updated, you have to react on the pattern of the clients and accordingly all related trends and dashboards. It's no longer revenue management. Revenue now are 4 strategies, not deciding risks.
Well, thank you, for a very informative question. This question, I guess you wrote it, Mu'taz, by yourself because it's like quite on the on the thing you want to. By the way, I don't want to. He's a good friend, and we work together. I will not mention how many years back, but we were colleagues on 2-3 years back. Yes, in the same room in Zamalek, not far from here, and he's such a very disciplined gentleman. Thank you. Sometimes, and what I mean is that
يعني دي مجاملة يعني
he
جاملت.
yeah, he decided to take a different angle, like as usual. خرج برا السرب يحلق بعيدا with the holiday homes. It was a passion.
هنتكلم بالعربي أحسن، إيه رأيك؟
We're not allowed.
We are not.
No, it's stolen here.
عادل. يا دكتور عادل. Are we allowed to speak in Arabic?
I think.
Thank you very much. He gave us the signal right. قول بقى اللي في نفسك بقى براحتك.
So I'll say it and say it in English because my contract is like this. So
كده عادل طيب؟
yeah, then, what I mean is that where do you see the service apartment, your area, fits into Egypt broader accommodation opportunity? I know you have pain in this, but
جامد أوي ده.
yeah, don't try to be as harsh as possible, but try to be modest and not all the truth, part of the truth. All right.
أحلف يعني ولا بدي يعني أحلف ولا عشان بس والله هقول الحق. طب thank you very much for Sita and for Ray Kane and for the panelists and for Mu'taz طبعا, my dear friend and colleague and brother. Well, thank you for the introduction. يعني no grudges, huh? خالص at all. No hard feelings. I started the holiday homes by a word called the serviced apartments. I came from abroad and I found that there is a gap, a big gap in the market between the landlords or the owners of the apartments and buildings, and there is a big and high demand for such products. So everybody was telling me, شقة مفروشة. You know what does it mean شقة مفروشة? Shall again
You don't need to explain this.
yes move on. أعديها. But we get used. Nobody since we were young ما بيقول شقة مفروشة. أنا عايز أدور على شقة مفروشة. I need a rented apartment, a furnished apartment. So we decided to restructure the furnished apartment business in Egypt. And that was the decision to create and form a company to manage the assets, the dormant assets or the sleeping assets, and to transform them into serviced apartments. All what we need is a furnished apartment. But we found out that it's only for long term. No availability in the market for a short term rent. Yes. So it was difficult, it was not easy, and we did it. We tried.
How many years you think it took you this, let's say, incline?
Take what? Yani, tell me the exact question.
To put an image and to put like a perception, like a brand.
لا لا long. I was sitting with every 10, only one person accepts what I'm talking about it.
To change the concept from
The perception in Egypt.
yes, from mafrush to service apartment.
I mean مفروش. Yes. بس مش شمال.
Yes.
Yes. It took ما فيش ترجمة. It took us long time. You know, everybody here in the room, he knows exactly what
97 what is that? I need to stop.
Anyway, I want to conclude that as it took us long to understand that there is something called serviced apartments.
Absolutely.
And then move to something nicely, which is holiday homes.
But how you find, let's close the question by your perception about where you fit in the travel industry. Very good, mean Egyptian availability. Good, let's say we have 250,000 rooms. How you see this?
The contribution?
Yes.
The contribution should be,
Yes.
as we discussed with Rami there, Mr. Rami Faiz, he was discussing with me. I think Egypt needs 70,000
Yes.
keys from holiday homes to contribute in the 250,000.
So
Which is nothing.
do you think that people are looking for more places like holiday homes?
Absolutely.
More
Absolutely.
more
The demand now.
in hotels, yeah.
Let me tell you something, and everybody here in the room knows very well, not every and each plane coming full of 5 stars or 4 stars or 3 stars should be need for the holiday homes and serviced apartments.
Yeah.
So it's a diversification.
Yes, I
So we need to fit the best product amongst the gentlemen products are products.
can get it, no competition. You can. Thank you guys. Like, thank you too. No, but honestly, ناويها معتز has حصل له. معتز has an image in service, and I think the repeaters of clients that they visit your properties one time, I think you have a lot of repeaters and a lot of people that
48%. And I want to add 10 seconds here because that's a very important that has to be given as a credit for the overall concept. سخن. لا, it's not about سخن. It's about the facts. But because we agreed that we have to come up all in our discussion to the real life, with the real examples. In the past 2-3 months, the rates were dropping dramatically in the pyramids area.
Yeah.
If you would see certain hotel apartments concepts in general in this area are delivering ADR higher than a 4 and 5 star hotel in the area. This gets you something because the added value in the service apartments, I'm trying to make it short as much as possible, that you are having a unique USP that is personalized service, mostly boutique, nursery personalized, and being able to have your return guest, which one of the most strongest or the strongest marketing message now to have. Word of mouth, a repetition, a return guest.
actually opened the very interesting things, but I don't want to. I have to go by the rules. I have timing and I have to do this. But you open vetted to comment on something. Yeah, sure. كلكم سخنتوا ها؟ We are still in round 1 now. We have 3 rounds to go. Anyway.
You know, it's very interesting. We're talking about a new trend, okay? But actually, this is how the whole business started.
Yeah.
You know, before any hotels or anything, it was all, you know, a stopover on the way from one city to the other for the horses mainly, not for the people to feed them and take care of them and you stay. And then eventually, even in Europe and so on, it was all on pension basis, where you rent a room in an apartment, right? And here, even in Egypt, in the old movies, it was the same. So, and this is how you build the destination. You build the destination not with the 5 stars, which is the catastrophic mentality and luxury. You build the destination based on the brilliant concept that you brought back to life. So, welcome to back to Richard or something like that.
He survived. He survived.
And I want to say something. أقول لك حاجة back to this point. وكالة السحيمي and وكالة الغوري الوكالات. I'm sorry, I have to speak in Arabic because I don't know what's in English. Say it. وكالة الغوري وكالة السحيمي. الناس كانت بتيجي أفواج من بره جايبة بضاعة بتخش الوكالة وتطلع تبيت فوق في الدور اللي فوق. ودلوقتي بيعملوا ايه دلوقتي؟ بيحولوها لبوتيك اوتيلز. الخان والحجره. Yes.
Yeah. I think we should leave those questions to the audience.
What we call Turkish hammam and so on. That's how it started because people first they wanted to take shower, kald, and so on and speak. Sorry,
They can't. Yes. Okay. So I'm not sure why they write you long questions like this, but anyway, I mean, I'm not the only old man talk a lot. I mean, they give you very hard questions. Anyway, there is an introduction and then the question. So the first is not the question. So hotels often have a strong teams, but those teams do not always work from one plan. Where does that disconnect hurt performance most? And the question is, Tariq, where do you see misalignment between commercial ambition and operational execution affecting profitability? Is so.
You should copy. Okay, can you just repeat the story?
Just a question. Okay, where do you see? I swear I'm not the one who wrote this. Yeah. Where do you see misalignment between commercial ambition and operational execution affecting profitability? Need to repeat.
Okay, I think I'll give you an example. I hope this can answer this question.
I mean, who cares?
I hope. So, at one point of my career, I was working at the Sheraton Doha, you know, the Pyramid Sheikh one, and at that time it was maybe the best luxury hotel in the entire Middle East by far. Started in rooms, and then suddenly somebody saw something in me, and I moved to sales and marketing. And funny enough, Sheraton, at that time it was ITT Sheraton, which is part of Marriott now. You see, we are the best, you know. Made a historical, amazing strategic decision. And that decision was, we have Tariq now working in sales and marketing. So now, all future general managers should come from sales and marketing. I'm joking about Tariq, by the way, okay? But you didn't get the joke.
The stage is yours. I don't know. Feel free.
So they made a beautiful strategic decision that it's not anymore F&B, and if anybody here from F&B, please don't listen to what I'm saying, not anymore from rooms, because these guys have a very limited vision that does not support the growth and the best performance of a property. Why? Because the guy who is in charge of housekeeping, you know, he wants the guests to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning so that they can go as early as possible, clean the room and get out. The guy of food and beverage, he wants to finish breakfast at 10 o'clock sharp, if not 9 even, so that they can come back and have breakfast, have lunch, and he has time to clear and so on. So they were thinking from an operation point of view. What's good for the operation side? They were not thinking from the recipient side, who is the most important element in the formula. Because without the guy who is paying the money, your general manager, your food and beverage, all these guys, you kick them out and you shut down and convert it into a hospital. Right?
Could fit a hospital, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Very mental one. Yes. Yeah. So that was a huge and incredible decision at that time. Okay? And that converted the mentality big time of the industry, if you reflect on it. Because now hotels are looking more from a guest point of view. So I am coming for a resort, for instance. I'll wake up at 10 p.m., at 10 a.m., okay, in Sahel, 10 p.m., right? So when do I finish breakfast? At 1 or 2, right?
Yes.
So I come at 11 and everything is finished. I don't get breakfast. Yeah. So aligning this concept in any hotel operation is the best formula, where the sales and marketing is your ears, okay? Your eyes, your brain listening to the client. What the client wants. Take this information, nothing new by the way. This is how marketing is built. Take this information, give it to the operation. Cook, clean, deliver what the guest wants with a cherry on the top that differentiate meal from XYZ. Did I answer your question?
100%.
No, really.
100%. Yeah.
Did it make sense?
In a way. Yeah.
Thank God.
No, it's
No, it was the second half or
I can't remember. It's the meat and paper. What happened?
I want to endorse it. I understand that we are running out.
You want to complete this question?
I just want.
So listen to the director of sales and marketing, but make sure that you have a director of sales and marketing not a polished sales representative by time became director of sales and marketing, because this guy will take you nowhere and will bring you to a destination that is the best in the world, and you are just depending 100% on one I'm talking about downtown Cairo, depending on one client only that is looking for one thing only, شقق مفروشة in a different style, and you are selling your destination for nothing while you have the best destination in the world.
We apologize. No, the show المفروض ده معتز he's the one he brought it up, but we apologize for this. So it's I can see that. We need you. Yeah. So well, develop to reach the mat. Yeah.
Crucial is crucial. We are not working at a church or a mosque, don't get me wrong. But everything should be within the limits. You go to extreme right, you die. You go to extreme left, you die.
So انت كلي عن شاقة. Alright. So comment well, and then because we are still in round 2, how about 2 rounds?
Very quickly.
Yeah, the idea is to give them
Definitely, I would definitely compliment what Mr. Pari just indicated. And that's why now we are coming up with something recently called the commercial director.
Yes.
Here, we're talking about the talented director of sales and marketing who thinks revenue as well, or the talented director of revenue who think on the other side.
Yeah.
The person who can manage those, engaging the operation with him and the marketing as well with him, because it's exactly the same slogan of this session, from silos to synergy. If you are able to synergy with all concerned departments, having at least a weekly commercial meeting, engaging operation, to read very good for the coming, not to surprise the operation that the hotel next week is full house. The operation has to get ready for this, because they are the one who is in charge of the service delivery. And by the end of the day, reflecting the online repetition.
How often does this happen? This surprise that oops, we are over.
This surprise on daily basis, unless synergy exists.
Okay, simple. So I'm trying to summarize. Yeah, sure.
You know, and it's beautiful with my concept. I'm usually loud, so we can hear.
It's a big ruling, so you need to.
I think we are very, very fortunate in this setup that we have today, because you know the AI component that we were introduced to makes even our life far much easier, to gain the market intelligence and put it in a report, and it used to take weeks to do a presentation. Now with the press of a button. So you have the tool, and you have to be more demanding of these tools, and you have to explore it to the maximum to help you make calculated, well-studied decisions. Right? So, Mr. Adel, thank you for bringing this topic to us.
So, well, again, I'll try to summarize the question as much as I understood it in a way that before a booking is completed, right? Where do you see the revenue leak? Is it comes from pricing, parity, availability, channel mix, or digital visibility?
Well, this is a very deep question. I don't know who wrote this question, but if you are asking if you are asking me about 90 seconds, then you are not fair with me. So I will try to make it short, but not 90 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you take from their time.
Well, I will try my best, because that's also for them as well. The leakage starts before even the booking is made. And it starts with the poor visibility on the right channels. It's not only about poor visibility, it's poor visibility in the right channel. Meaning here, when it comes to visibility, it's not only about social media, being engaged, or whatsoever. Now we're talking about conversion rate. Now we're talking about targeting the right audience. Now we're talking about your rank on the big names, not only your brand.com, it's also the big gurus, the OTAs, without mentioning any name. If you are not listed on the first page, you're losing a lot. Believe it or not, a recent release from booking.com said that we cannot deny their existence. By the way, they are not enemy, and I will explain later why. They are a start of a journey and for an opportunity to the hotels. But if you are, from their perspectives, representing one of the big names, as just mentioned, not to repeat, they're talking about 80% of the bookings are coming through the first page. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
By the way, the 20% is huge still. But if you are featured within the first page scrolling of this channel, you are gaining from the big one. So this, number one, proper or poor visibility does not exist on the right channel in all aspects. Your brand.com, your social media, your OTAs, your B2B, B2C, name it. That comes first. Second one, parity. And why parity? Because you're losing credibility. If I am a guest, very simple, who is now, and going back to the EI, with a simple tool, I can know that this hotel is featured on this platform by this rate, and on that platform, minus 20%, and on that platform, above 20%, and on this platform, I've lost credibility. If the parity exists, then there is an issue. Then, by the way, and this is also a lost opportunity, because most probably the parity is coming from exposing the B2B rates to the B2C, as we all know. So if this is happening, and if you're not controlling properly, and the tools now, again back to the AI and the tools, are enabling you to detect such things and such leakage. So parity, also reacting fast on market change and market demand, and competitor pricing. Because if you're not awake, and if you do not have, I'm gonna say it in Arabic يا معتز، شاشة البورصة اللي احنا عارفينها قدامنا كده، ان انا واحد من الناس احب دايما اول ما ادخل مكتبي افتحها بغض النظر هروح وارجع لها وابص. شاشة بورصة screen like you're in stock, seeing all your potential competitors, indicating their rates, how they did change. It went up, it went down. By the way, it's only about going up. You're losing opportunity if the competitors went down and you did not. In some occasions, in other occasions, you might be correct because that's a long story to tell. And then, last but not least, in order not to make it long, because we can stay for like an hour here.
Your call.
Top, you there, info?
The question is before.
But it's again before. That indicates how important the leakage. No, it's exactly the same.
He's on the right track though.
You don't worry. And then
Zamid.
the pro surveys or the approach of the guests before their arrivals. Then you have them. Then comes a very important issue. The guest reviews, the online repetition. Here comes the leakage. Because you have an opportunity to gain a return guest, to have a proper positive word of mouth that's getting you much more guests. Here is mainly the main sources of the leakage of potential guests that should come.
Absolutely, very clear. Mu'taz, you like this question very much. What happens when owners, operators, channels, and guest servers are not connected? قولهم تاني كده. تاني. أو ما أعرفش منيح هحكي حاجات كتيرة بس again, what happened when owners I'm talking about definitely the service apartment, your area. I'm not talking about hotels. In your area, what happens? Owners, operator management طبعا انت channels طبعا هم قاعدين معاهم هم and guest service الناس دي بقى كلها not connected. ايه اللي بيحصل بقى؟ دي مصيبة، دي كارثة.
أولاً, first of all, I would like to speak about the owners. So let's speak about the owners. We have plenty of owners. So the owners should be connected through a system to see the bookings, the availability, the revenue, whatever. This is for the owners. Should be connected. If they are not connected, عشان نجاوب على واحدة فيهم بس. If they are not connected, it will be a fight. At the end of the month with the P&L, they will give us hard time. But they absolutely very important. If he's blind, he's going to give you a hard time every month. You're not selling with the proper rates. You're not filling my apartment. You're not giving me enough money. Blah, blah, blah. But second thing is, ايه اللي مش connected بقى تاني غير الأونر operations. The operations. How come? How come in the operations ما تبقاش connected on the system?
Should there be a system about the effect of if those different channels are not connected, so it's
It's one answer.
disaster.
Total collapse.
Yes, all right.
Total collapse.
No service, no
Nothing will be provided.
All right.
Should be proper connectivity with the property owner
All right.
on a system, proper connectivity on the channels and the distribution channels and the proper channel manager, and also the operations. That's it.
Perfect. So successfully we finished 2 rounds. We have 2 more rounds to go. Round
شفت انا سريع ازاي؟
Absolutely. I cannot say something else. Round 3 is about connected commercial strategy. It's all about this round 3. The whole question is about this. Let's move from the problem to the model. What does a connected commercial plan looks like in practice? And the first question goes to Tarek. How should a GM align sales, marketing, revenue, and operations around one commercial river? Tarek, ده سؤال وصايع.
انا باس ممكن يجيبوا الهافيج بلان بعرف انا باس
I think we are all saying the same. You know, it's all about the communication. And as I said at the beginning, it's all about where you want to be. Okay, so I always say, I want to be number one. And I'm sure everybody else wants to be number one. That's without a doubt, right? So among the team, we have to believe religiously that we have to be number one. So the number one, in our case, is measured by Mr. Commercial. To be number one, what are your
He's
KPIs?
Mr. Revenue. Mr. Revenue. Commercial. يعني كده هنا.
So, right, the KPIs, right? So the KPIs that make it simple, the red bar, RGI. Do you want to be number one, right?
Penetrating benchmark.
We want to make it easier. It's 3 minutes.
بيعاني المودريتور بيعاني.
So RGR, right? This is number one. Number two, the best guest experience, right?
Online repetition.
Son? Okay. Number three, which should always be number one, is what? Your people. Your people are your greatest asset that will deliver the number one and number two, right? So we sit and based on the market intelligence, we identify where we stand today in the STAR report, easier, make it simple, okay? And then we find out the opportunities. Is it in the market more with our product, more from the volume or from the price strategy, right? So a 1,064 rooms hotel probably will be leaning more against, you see, he's very good.
Absolutely.
So,
الألفة.
anyhow, exactly. So, but key to continue building the guest experience so that you demand and grow day by day your average rate. Right? This is simple so far?
Yeah,
Okay?
Very
And we communicate it and we drive for it relentlessly. And as I said in the beginning, you will have catastrophes every minute. But how you maintain your focus on where you want to be with the right, ready team to overcome these challenges and go more and more. بس
Perfect.
answer
Very well.
لا بجد
لا والله. أنا بس آخر المسابقة. Now we always enjoy your answers. Yeah, a lot of audience loves what you say. Going back to Wael again, and I think this is like the core of your business. What data, from your point of view, or KPIs should the revenue share with the marketing and operations on a weekly basis? Again, Naik.
لا إيه ما. Well, that's
Go ahead, brother.
That's how we call yes, that's how we call Senate again, or because it's again, it's not, it's revenue management now is no longer as just indicated pricing strategy. It's orchestrating business. It's involving everyone. It's getting the operation, the marketing, the sales into that directions. And what data should be shared? If we are talking about marketing, then will come definitely the ROI of whatever campaigns that's happening through their investments to ensure that they are into the right directions of investing, because lots of money are thrown into marketing campaign without having clear KPI behind, and then this is again affecting the profitability and bottom line that we all speak. And because we are speaking of profitability.
We call it spray and pray. قال الناس يسأل وادعي إن حاجة تيجي.
يا رب. Which is definitely not the case. And then they have to be aware, again, from revenue to marketing, they have to get them the market trends, potential market, seasonality calendar in some occasions to direct into the right time to the right market or a better conversion, because it's all about conversion now. We're not talking now anymore about reach and number of followers. We're talking about conversion, money by the end of the day, because we are investing money in marketing. We do expect ROI behind. So this, when it comes to the directions of marketing, when it comes to operation, that's very important. That's why I said a monthly commercial meeting should be attended by the operations to have the both side. Why? I'm gonna give you some technicalities behind. If the operation, for example, the director of food and beverage is under the impression that he's having lots of German next week coming, what shall he get prepared for? He should be having hundreds of or tens of beer cylinders getting ready, because they are into that directions. So getting the operation involved from revenue is definitely a key factor. Into sales, same, because we are talking again back to the commercial, aligning the entire portfolio into a unique commercial or a unified commercial strategy. Everyone put you at ease, drives your business on an optimum scenario, and getting everyone aware and updated.
Perfect. Being prepared always and taking one step ahead of your team and having all the knowledge, not anyone to be surprised, is definitely an important KPIs for both marketing and operations. Mu'taz, and this is something you will like as well. I'm sure you have this constant guest proposition across all your multiple brands of the holiday homes. But how do you build this constant guest proposition across the multiple properties, owners, units, chalet, channels, service standards? How you build in a very definitely you will take a debut just to a game. Right. How do you build a consistency of guest proposition? And the high guest proposition, whatever values you provide to your guest, how you make it constant, how you make it consistency in maintaining the same service quality and across all brands. صار على السياحة اشرح لك الكلام يعني لا ده هو انت اللي عايز ده لا هو اللي عايزين لا يعني قصدي your people. Yes. You are a travel agency. Your guests are coming and they need consistency. Yes, exactly. Across how you build this, كيف تحافظ على هذا المستوى. This is very difficult, by the way. By the way, I'm serious. It's not easy, but how? The question is how. And I will tell you, since I started 8 years back or 8.5 years back, I was not till 2-3 years back, I was not able to maintain the same quality across all properties. No, right? That off, though.
Yes. You know how I found this, that one guest came before and they told me I stayed in Sheikh Zayed, and then after she came to New Cairo, and then afterwards she came to North Coast. She told
All your properties, I mean across the country, you mean?
one guest.
Yeah, for people watching to understand what you're talking about.
Yes, yes. So she told me it's a different treatment here for a service.
Okay.
And different service here and different service in the north.
Each area has different standards or different service.
This is what I've heard.
Yes.
It's a feedback. It's a review. Absolutely. So it took me 2-3 days to think, and then I decided to have a quality manager.
Okay.
So the quality manager came and I asked her, I want to make the same standard across all products. It's not easy, you know, but because in Sahel, you will find that it is a villa, beachfront with a different service for a family. You have in New Cairo, it's a studio for a corporate and his needs. In Sheikh Zayed or in Zamalek, it's another request for a guest from the Gulf, from the GCC. So he needs different style and different service. So I found out that the quality manager told me, your people or our people, the operation team, they are treating the operation unit regarding or according to the guest needs and the nationality and whatever. As you mentioned, for the Germans, they are coming, the Americans, they are coming. So from this, I found out that the guy who is in the operations, he receives a guest from the GCC. He brought him kunafa, basbousa, bayalawa,
عزمه في مكان.
another, yes. And in another area, fruits, flowers, you know. So they are treating the guest different. I gave them a training and I gave them a note that the quality manager should
Have a standard.
have a standard across. And I told her, you have 1 month or 2 month maximum. All the service quality and level and the standards should be the same across all properties and brand collection.
Very good. So this guy you hired is the reason behind the consistency. Yeah, maintaining the standard.
Exactly.
He was Egyptian or for?
She's a lady and Egyptian.
All right, perfect. So round 4, we're coming back, and the last round before we go into the interesting part and be ready with the questions to our guests. The title of the round 4 is I like it personally. It's direct demand and guest value, which people working in travel industry, we really care very much for the value that guest gets from different. And I think this discussion is absolutely fits very much the Marriott and especially this legendary historic place. As you know that a lot of hotels want more direct bookings, but direct revenue requires trust, value, and a smooth journey. So, Mr. Tariq, what makes a direct booking proposition strong enough for the guest to choose the hotel directly? Clear?
Yeah, of course.
You switch it up.
It's much easier in today's world, especially for the first-time traveler, because first-time traveler, as we saw this morning, you know, you have all the reviews that are available through different channels, and through these reviews, you will get the insights of the place that you represent. And definitely, as we say in Arabic, for every bean, there is a scale.
دي بالعربي؟ ايوه بالعربي مش هنا.
يعني لكل فولة كيان. ومن كان سنة وانا
لا خلاص
كيان لا ما حاجة.
اوكي دي وصلي كده دلتنا ماشي.
لغايه كده حلوه.
So, but by the way, I'm joking, but it's reality, you know. So that guest who's coming for the first time to your property, from what he is reading about you and the others, he sees herself or himself more into this venue. Yeah. And of course, you need to work really hard before the guest reads this review. Because you need to first, when you are establishing the experience that you are going to provide, even the pre-opening time of the hotel, you know, you need to be very clear about what will differentiate you from the competition.
But let me interrupt this. Do you believe in this? Say, do you call it this is Marriott client? You believe in this?
Definitely, I believe in it.
This is quite famous. Say, this guy is Marriott client forever from Marriott client.
Depends which Marriott. But Marriott.
I understand.
Binook.
No. I'm trying to control you as much as I can, but sometimes.
No, no apologize. No, you're absolutely right. And that's why I was referring to the pre-opening. Because the pre-opening, you have the brand standards. You have the brand promise that you have to deliver throughout the experiences that the guests go through. That's the brand standard. And I might disagree with our senator from Arizona
Feel free, I mean, you
about one thing he mentioned, only one thing he mentioned. Actually, standard doesn't mean an exact copycatting everywhere. Standard means that I will get clean, comfortable bed. That's a standard. Standard means that the bakery will be fresh, right? That's a standard. The smile is always there. That's a standard. But here, maybe is a partial answer to your question. Being in Tajamma and being in Zayed
and Sahel.
and Sahel with that diverse feedback, it's something to celebrate. As long as it is related to the location of where I am.
Yeah. And the type of client.
Yes. You know, without, you know, the luxury brands, okay, because Marriott is, you know, is history, it's an institution worldwide.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. And it's so diverse as well.
Yeah.
Okay. But they all agree on the same brand promise. Okay. So the luxury brands, I still remember two brands that stay in my mind without mentioning who and who. So there was a luxury brand, top luxury brand. There were only two in the world at that time. Okay. He was very young at that time. So one of them, everywhere you go, if you go to a resort, it's that brand, okay? The glamorous, the grandiose, the so black and white like there is no tomorrow, okay? And it's a resort, huh? You will feel uncomfortable coming down with your shorts in that resort. I'm not kidding. And the other brand in the same location is the exact opposite. It's a resort, so the mood, the uniforms, it's different. And that's why I smile about hoteliers until today when it comes to uniforms. They tell you the uniform should be this. This is total bullshit. I'm sorry. Okay? Because why, and I see it here in Cairo sometimes, why should a housekeeper attendant working in 40 degrees centigrade wearing a black, okay, vest with a shirt and a tie? Why? Because in Europe, he's wearing like that. Okay, it makes sense, maybe, right?
It's like 30 degrees difference.
Yeah. So these were the top two luxury brands at that time. Of course, the one which a resort and so on, go into a downtown Chicago, the two were there, all right? And the same reading mentality were both, from the looks, from the feel, and so on. But the brand promise was the same. So I don't know if I explained it clearly or not. I celebrate the different experiences as long as you are delivering the brand promise from day one. But the key is when you open the doors after the opening, brand new product, right? So yes. You need to identify what is wrong and you need to correct it, even though you just opened yesterday. And this becomes the culture in the hotel that every day we need to improve 1 millimeter. If every day you improve 1 millimeter, emotionally and tangibly, at the end of the year, with 300 employees, 360 days, 365 days, you grew almost, okay, 300 meters.
Wow. Impressive though. Yeah. Even with the size of Cairo Marriott, the 10,000 plus rooms,
I was very fortunate. Really, I was very fortunate. I was in a pre-opening in Las Vegas with another brand, and that hotel is part of a brand, 5,000 rooms.
Wow.
Okay? And so I saw 60 check-in counters, and the hotel I was opening has 3 because it's the exact opposite. It's a boutique, luxury, whatever. So I was standing shocked, 60.
It's an airport.
And yeah, and luckily they arranged, because it was the same owning company, they arranged for us a tour to understand them, so that when we talk about the sister property, it's not a sister brand, it's a sister property brand, it's a sister property in there. So they went and took us through the whole spiel. Give you example. Every 3 floors have an executive housekeeper.
Okay.
Everything. So when you talk about the mega size hotels like ours, it's the same in everything. The only difference is the ratios, which I was thinking they will never have these 60 counters full. They were having queues.
Absolutely.
Right?
So I was coming from a 65 rooms hotel, by the way. I did that. So that was mind blowing.
But I learned a lot that it's all ratios. It's the same. Right? But the front office manager is not a front office manager. He is a vice president front office manager.
All right.
The general manager is not a general manager because that hotel was equivalent to 10 hotels. He is the president of that one. It's not a title. I don't mean a title, but that president has underneath him the same hierarchy by multiplied by 3 or 4. In our hotel, Cairo Marriott, it's 1,064 rooms hotel. Okay. What we started looking at things different is that you need not to deal with the experience as you are in a mega ship. No. You need to deal with the experience as an exclusive, one-of-a-kind experience, not a big. That's why hotels in Vegas, they don't do anymore, the big buffet restaurants, 2,000 guests coming, eating for $5 and go. They were very smart. They identified an opportunity. Instead of 2,000 covers restaurant, they divided that restaurant, over 20 restaurants.
So they have variety.
Then it became more of an experience. More of experience, the master of commercial will tell you what? Amazing opportunity to yield. Because the value of the experience now is unique. Then when the value of the experience is unique, you demand for more price. And you keep on making it more and more and more unique.
Imagine all this without technology. You guys are lost at 100%.
We are still lost.
Going quickly.
We just portray the good picture.
Because it's number 4, almost 2 gentlemen left, and then we open the floor for questions. So, Wael, from your point of view, can hotels grow direct share without weakening the ADR?
Well, this is a very good question.
It's a long one actually, بس اديتك الخلاصة.
That's the conclusion, yeah. Definitely, yeah. Because unfortunately, when it comes to, the best rate guarantee in our website and all these issues, is no longer the direction. It's the best value for money. It's the brand promise, exactly as Tariq just said, because it's by the end of the day, you have your own pulse and you have your own channel to be exposed. And then you have to make the maximum optimizations out of the conversions you are delivering. So how this would be achieved? Lots of things. First of all, your ULP benefits. That's number 1. It's not about dropping dates. You might be having the equal rate same as the OTAs. But if you are aligning with a loyalty program or a loyalty benefits, if you're having flexible cancellation rates rather than the other OTAs, giving a little bit more edge and advantage for your sites, and how far you would be able to attract. Here, we're always looking into the OTAs as, in some occasions, when it comes to thinking about the branded com, enemy, because they are gurus, they are getting the biggest share, but it is an opportunity for you to convert the first arrival of this OTA into a repeat guest if you are having the right people. And here comes again the software or the manpower or the qualified staff. If you are leaving a proper impression, if you are engaging with your guest upon arrival and encouraging them to join the rally program, explaining how beneficial this would be if they were coming future-wise through the brand.com and all related benefits, because it's there. It's giving them the advantage to have a competitive value for money. It's not necessary to be the rate, it's the value in return to the rates you are paying. If it's the similar rate and you are giving flexibility in L check-in, late check-out, because it's part of the rate program in most of the and this gives you an indications why a company like Accor or Marriott now are giving their huge data and mega sources into other companies in terms of getting engaged with their loyalty program. It became a product because this is the big value, data, using resources, having the data and the right data exactly as Mr. or Dr. Adil said in his speech, is giving you a huge advantage for a complete target audience that already was there with you. It's all about integrity, it's all about brand promise, it's all about value for money and proper positioning and using the OTAs as an advantage or opportunity or a return guest back to your direct online channel. So on board brand.
That data is a king. Data, having a valid right data is something very precious.
I am a firm believer AI started very long time ago before we needed AI. And it started by the airlines. And we got it as a hospitality from the airlines. We call it by that time revenue management. For you to know, the hotel that does not have a proper data in terms of segmentation, in terms of guest profile, in terms of source market, in terms of business mix segregations, they will not be able to sit in or to make a setup for RMS revenue management system does not give you proper data unless you have the proper inputs. You can have the best revenue management system in the world. But if you, excuse my language, if you are utilizing it, they always get garbage in, garbage out. You will never be able to get the proper insight. So it's data and data driven, definitely. I totally agree.
Perfect. So time is actually running out of time for the longer stays, what is in the holiday homes. From your opinion, what creates confidence for guests to book directly? Especially the long stays? Yes. In holiday homes.
Let's define what's long stay, because long stay in holiday homes and serviced apartments is totally different than hotels.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like
Long stays for us, which is monthly accommodation, which is month and more than 3, 4, not 40 days, not 50 days, no. Monthly is a monthly contract. But you will stay 1 month, you will pay X amount of money. You need 6 months, you need 4 months, 7, 8. This is what monthly.
what elements long stays guests have this confidence to book directly with you?
Let me tell you that no, I've never seen, maybe once or twice, people they book online or through channel managers or through OTAs.
Aggregate.
Long term. Long term. All the long term are direct with the reservation team, the sales team, and or they are repeaters. That's it. It's always direct because it's a special deal, especially or specifically corporate. Yeah, corporate are dealing with us or such companies like us long term, which is monthly rates. This is the best outlet. It's only direct.
Very good. Very good. So coming back to the closing Actually, thank you very much for all the panelists. The key message, everyone, is very clear. Demand is rising, but the winners will be the hotels that connects leadership, revenue, marketing, distribution, operations, and guest value into one commercial strategy. Please, ladies and gentlemen, join me and give me a round of applause for the gurus of the industry. Thank you.